Okay, on this video I'm going to show you how you be able to pick up the shield package and the thunder package, and you have a button at the bottom and it's going to be carried with you throughout the game. So, and then you press the button whenever you want to, and it will use the lightning or use the shield. And you also want to make the buttons persistent, so when you go to the next room and save it and load it back up, it's there in the second room. And I also had to change the pause to a dialog box that GameMaker provided you, but I just changed the image out and the button to make it more customizable, because me going to another room seemed like there was a problem with the pause, because I added more things into the game, and for some reason the pause room didn't work anymore correctly, so I used the GameMaker dialog box as the pause. So when I press P, you'll see the pause pop up with my image on here as well as the image on the button. Make it more personalized, customizable. So I went back to this because this seemed to work better than going to the other room and seeing pause on that room. And now I can collect so many treasure chests and then pick up the package, and now it shows the icon at the bottom, which is a button, and then I'm able to pick up another one, and I can press F2 to hide it and then press F1 to reveal it. So you can do that now, and you pick up a crystal and it'll say 3 up there, so I'll be able to hit the enter button and use the crystal, and now it shows 2. Then now it shows 1, and now I have nothing left. So I'll show you how I did that. And then when I pick up more treasure, I got another shield, and it should be just 1. You should be able to just use it 1 time. And pick up the last, press Edge H. Now, for some reason, that one will not go away when I press it 1 time. I press it twice, it goes away. But the rest of the buttons seem to work on 1 button press, which is kind of weird, but okay, so let me show you how I did that. Alright, so for the first one is the Object Crystal Box 3. I changed it to 3 because you have 3 images in here. Well, actually there's 4, but in order to make this work I had to have 4. So the first frame, you see 3 there. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a 3 there, and all this is image based, but kind of acts like a inventory. 2, and then this is going to be 1, and there's another image here that says 1 as well, and it flips through it pretty quick. But I have a variable here in the control tab, say image underscore speed, say 0, so that way it stays stuck on 3, because that's the first sub image, which is 0, image 0, which the indicator says 3 you have, so it'll stay there, so it won't animate anymore. Then the draw tab shows you where it's going to be located on the screen, and now when you press enter, it's going to do a switch statement. Before, it was set up on a HP system, but in this situation, I want it to jump from case 0 to 1 to 2. And what's going to happen here is that with image index equals 1, that's going to basically mean that it's going to jump from 3 to 2, and then it's going to go to 2 to 1, and then it's going to go to 1 again. But for some reason I had to add this last case in here for it to work correctly, because it was jumping from 3 to 2 and then it would be destroyed. So in order to correct that, I had to add another case in here. Then it does the instance change of changing my box that has the crystal with the number in it to being just the image outline box. So that's what the break's all about. So when you press enter, it just uses that 1 image, and it goes from 3 to 2. press enter again, it goes to 2 to 1. Press enter again, it goes away. It's destroyed and switched out without crystal. And you say true. Alright, and then all this information is old. I'm not going to talk about that. Make sure you set it to persistent so that way when you go to the next room, it'll save and you'll be able to load it, and you'll have the right number of images of that particular crystal in the next room. Set your depth to -1000. Now with the thunder button and the shield button, this one's set up differently. You do a crate and you drag over a coded sheet. You say HP equals 1. Then you draw a tab, position where it's going to be on the screen at. Then when you press the T button on your keyboard, it's going to subtract the 1 that you had, and then it's going to go 0, and it's going to basically create a thunder out image, which is basically a placeholder that's not seen on screen, but after you use it once, it's going to go away. Now you notice that there was a glitch where I was able to use the thunder twice for some reason. I don't know why that's happening, but because all the buttons are set up the same, but you should only use it once. So what happens is it destroys it, and then, like I said, replaces it with the placeholder. You can't see it anymore until you collect it again. F1, F2, this will hide and reveal your buttons, so that way you don't have to see them on screen the whole time if you don't want to, but they're there. Make sure it's set to persistent, and then -1000. And in your thunder out button, you just want to do a draw event. So draw and then show your image where it's going to be on screen at, but like I said, it's not visible. You don't want to have any other controls in there. Then you have your thunder button 2. The same thing applies. HP of 1. Then you press H. Then it's going to do these steps here, where it's going to go from 3 to, well, actually you'll just use it once and then it should be gone. Actually, no wonder it wasn't working, because I have this code in here. That shouldn't be in there. It should be this code. Copy that. That's why it wasn't working correctly. Go to Thunder 2. Take this out. Paste that in. And then we're going to change this Thunder button out to... Oh, just out, I believe. Actually, there should be another button. Thunder button 2. Thunder button out 2. Okay, so now it should be working correctly. That's what the problem was. I had it a switch statement in there, which that's why I had 2 images. So now when you hit it one time, you use it, and that's it. You're done with it pretty much. Alright, and then same thing applies with the shield buttons. You have an HP of 1. Then when you press the S key, because that's what it is, S, it's going to do the same process. It's going to destroy the image and then replace it with the shield out, which is not visible on screen. You can hide it and reveal it. So press F1, visible, true, yes, and then F2 will see false, so it doesn't show it anymore. And same thing. So create HP 1, press A, and then it's going to destroy it and replace it with the placeholder, which is not visible on screen. And all of them get persistent, so that way you can be able to save and load it. And that's pretty much it. So these kind of act differently than the crystal button, where it shows the number going down. And then these buttons here, you just have it one time, use it, that's it, you're done with it. If you want to add more buttons to it, you can, but you would have to make shield 3, thunder 3, and then make another thunder box 3 or shield box 3 in order to put another button on screen. And then the pause, you do a crate, message box for the background, message button for the background, so you have a background image for that, and then the button image for that, and then you press the P button, and it displays the message text, pause, and resume. So all this is pretty much done within the Game Maker program. You just basically slap in an image on top of it and a image for the button to make it more customizable. And like I said, I had to use this dialog box versus using a different room for pause because it didn't seem to work correctly. So this can be taken away. Alright, and that should conclude the video on how to press a button and use your lightning or your shield and basically carry it with you throughout the game. Alright. And also, one more thing, sorry I forgot to mention something. In your room mains, you want to make sure you put your buttons in there too for your lightning and your shield. All that's going to be in your room. You can put it in the first room. You don't need to put it in the second room because, like I said, it's set to persistent, so it's going to follow you in the next room. Just make sure you put it in the first room at least. Yeah, you don't need it in here. And make sure your thunder out and your shield out is in this next room as well. I don't know about setting to persistent. I don't know about that yet. But I would just carry it on to the next room for right now. But like I said, your buttons, make sure they're persistent. Alright, thanks for watching.